welcome to the Procrastinator. My name is Jan and today we're continuing our Let's Play of Evil Genius is what we're doing. It's going to be a really long recording session today. The reason for that is that I'm going to be away next week, which means that I have to pre-record everything, and I'm going to pre-record everything today, so I have time to, encode it, upload it, all that lovely things, so that you have things to enjoy. Yes, while I'm away. I'm going to be away, well, not the entire week, but about half of the week, and just, it takes time for these things to happen. Why do we have all those minions running over there? So, also sending minions over here? Oh yes, I was. Alright, I changed this in between episodes, didn't do anything else, I just changed this. We're gonna go for this diplomat thingy so that we can continue on with our objectives. I've sent in a few quantum physicists as well, so that we can shorten the time that takes, because usually it's a bit too long. Those people are here, so we can get this one going. No? What were we gonna do then? Why are you not detecting my workers and my guards? Is there a reason? Go into hiding. You're detecting them that way. Is this? Oh, is this in the wrong? Is this in Cuba? Because it looks like it isn't in Cuba. But apparently it is. Oh, well. Well then, we're gonna send two of these to that. Pull these guys back, which should automatically transport them down, so we're good. I guess it was Cuba. Go! This mission as well is a go now, so we can do this one. Just to gain some notoriety, it's fine. Notoriety is good for us, yes? Being evil is good for us. But yeah, basically what I was saying was that I'm going to be away half of next weekend. I didn't want to rush out episodes, so I wanted to record them all today so I can then, encode them and upload them during the week so that I don't hog all the internet for a few days. Because that's what would happen if I recorded, last minute. So I'm taking this Friday and I'm recording everything, which is 3 episodes of Evil Genius, because Evil Genius. 3 episodes of Evil Genius, because there's one for tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then a Wednesday and another Saturday episode, and then. There is a very loud plane going overhead. Maybe it's a helicopter. Maybe it's a military plane. Let me look! Oh, yes, it was a military plane, because my country has military planes, as most countries do. We don't have jet military planes. Don't get me wrong, we don't do that here. No, not jet planes. But we do have propeller planes, which are training planes. They use them for training. They can't really carry anything because any equipment for war you put on them makes them too heavy to do anything. And yeah, so that. So we have propeller planes, which are incredibly loud, and I live in a airfield corridor from our main airfield, which means that all aircraft landing on the main, in the main airport, fly overhead, which makes it very loud, very, very loud. We're gonna steal this chair as well, eventually. Maybe do one of these missions. Is one of them a risk one? 2 mercenaries, 2 spin doctors, 2 scientists. 2 mercenaries, 2 scientists. Where are my spin doctors? Ooh, nope, not you. Where are my spin doctors?
Good evening, and welcome to the London Nightly News broadcast. Today's main story continues to be the daring raid perpetrated by a highly organized gang of unknown assailants. Sabre are refusing to release details at this stage, but eyewitnesses report hearing deafening spates of gunfire, followed by maniacal laughter.
Really? Are you gonna fly overhead that much? What are we moving? The entire Air Force? I mean, it's not something that hasn't happened before, it's just annoying. Maybe they're doing training exercises. I know they were supposed to do them sometime. At some point. Go into hiding. We're gonna also do this mission, which is Esprit de Corps. Tomorrow is the 25th anniversary of the death of Comrade Dmitry Petrovkin, a vital figure in the Russian Revolution. Thousands of comrades are expected to attend the Turing memorial service and pay their respects to the embalmed body of Petrovkin. If you can infiltrate the security, it will be possible to add chemicals to the body that will super accelerate decomposition. Hammer have been relying on the memorial to bring some unity to the bickering countries that form their alliance. The crumbling cadaver on display will only serve to increase the petty squabbles and further destabilize their power base. Yes, please. Anything to destabilize Russia. I'm all for destabilizing Russia. Hey, thieves! You're not getting... Ooh, there's so much research going on. I'm paying incentives for it as well. So, but yeah, we've got more than enough money for me to pay incentives for things to be researched. So, yeah. No, seriously, what is this? The moving of the air... I can hear them. I don't know if you guys can actually hear them, but I can hear them so loudly in my left ear. It's horrible. Doesn't happen often. I mean, it's interesting to see when they fly information above head, but, you know, but not when I'm recording. Why would you do that? Why would you be evil while I record? How are we doing on minions? We've lost a few minions because we've been doing these missions, but we're okay, it seems. We don't have that many missions left, which is a bit sad. We have a bunch here in Asia, though. We are unstoppable at the moment. 500 it brings us to Evil Genius, I think, so we're aiming for that. We have a bunch of these missions in South America still. We could do those. This is a risk 4, this is a risk 1, I'm gonna do this one. 3 workers, 3 guards, 1 mercenary. 1 mercenaries. 1 less, and 3 guards was it? Well, 3 workers. Yeah, we're going to do that mission. I'm trying to see if we do more of these missions, if more of the diplomat missions will pop up. Missions like this, because we need to do them, but I think we don't have enough notoriety for them to pop up. So I'm hoping that if we are evil to the world enough, that they will. Otherwise we'll have to find them, which I would have to do between episodes, because otherwise it's just me sitting here rambling on, because it's boring ass shit. Murder him, just saying. I'm pretty sure I put in some, or I was gonna put in some things. Ooh, what's this? A schematic station is a very useful piece of hardware loaded up with schematics and databases of troubleshooting hints for all the objects in your evil lair. It will help your technicians to work far more efficiently in their day-to-day repair work, which in turn will keep your base running more smoothly and better able to protect you from those dastardly angels forever trying to thwart your plans. That is lovely, and I think it goes in here. It does. Okay then, we're gonna move this then into our into somewhere else. Well, into here, I guess. Or rather, we can move it in here. Yeah, sure, why not? And we'll put the schematic station in there. I think in combination of the Air Force being moved over my head, I think they're also, someone's also mowing some grass somewhere. It surely sounds... This is too much sound for just, you know, my schematic for the Air Force to be moving. It's going on too long, but it's what happens. I can't really wait to record anymore because I really needed to record. Flamethrower racks. Those go in here. What do they do? Turn up the heat on malingering angels with a flamethrower rack. Mercenaries will use this deadly if indiscriminate weapon if the base is set to yellow or red alert. No, I want them to use guns. That way they don't blow up my shit all the time. Look, it's a justice person. Come on, people, move out. We need to go. We need to do things. There's people in the corner of the base over here. There's also, for some reason, civilians in here. Yeah, just stand there. Just stand under the gas chamber. That I'm perfectly fine with. Be stupid. But yes, I was talking about the Slovenian Air Force. The Slovenian Air Force is a funny thing because we do have an Air Force. I mean, more or less every country these days has an Air Force. Which is understandable. I mean, if you're a modern country, you usually have an Air Force. Unless you're one of the countries in Central America which doesn't have a military at all. But I can't remember which one it is. But I know it's one of them. One of them doesn't have a doesn't have an Air Force. I really can't remember which one it is. I know it, I don't think it's Panama. I think it's the one above Panama, which is... I'm going to look at it now. I'm going to look at the map. But yeah, they don't have an army at all. I was just looking up on it today? A few days ago? I think it's Nicaragua, I think. Or Costa Rica. Maybe it's Costa Rica? I could Google it. That would be helpful. I'm relaying information without actually knowing the information, which is bad. Shouldn't do that. Countries with no armies. That should give me something, right? List of countries without armed forces. There's an entire list. Andorra, Costa Rica, Grenada, Kiribati, Liechtenstein, the Marshall Islands, Federated States of Micronesia, Nauru, Palau, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, Vatican City. There are also a few countries who don't have a standing army but have a few limited armed forces. Those countries being Haiti, Iceland, Mauritius, Monaco, Panama, and Vanuatu. Monaco is actually interesting because Monaco's defenses are the responsibilities of they're the responsibility of someone. The responsibility of France. France is the country, yes. So Monaco has to be defended by France because they don't have any of their own armed forces, which is totally reasonable. They're just a really small country in Europe, so I mean, why would they have their own armed forces? It doesn't make much sense for them to have them, but yeah, France has to protect them if they are attacked, which is an interesting thing. I mean, it's very interesting, especially in the NATO, because part of the NATO agreement is that NATO countries will protect each other, which is something that people are not usually very, happy about, because especially people that are not in the NATO pact, because you might want to attack someone, but if the entire NATO coalition goes against you, you're kind of fucked. Which is part of the reason why Russia is so uppity these days, because because of Russia's annexation of Crimea, which is not recognized by the international community. Because of their annexation of Crimea, a few other former Soviet-packed countries like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Poland have been really worried about what Russia might do. So more and more NATO troops are being stationed at their borders, and Russia's doing the same on the border with Ukraine. So it's a complicated situation that isn't going to resolve itself. Someone will eventually have to do something, but it's a very kind of standstill situation. So it's an annoying situation, especially for those of us that are in Europe. Part of the problem is that because we imposed economic sanctions on Russia, Russia can now just go, well, you sanctioning us, well, we're not going to give you any natural gas, which is a big problem for Europe because we heat a lot of things on natural gas, and we are very reliant on natural gas, which we get from Russia. It goes through Ukraine, which is the other problem. There is a plan for another kind of pipeline to go from Russia through. It's called the South Line. It would go from Russia through the Black Sea, I think, and then through Bulgaria, Serbia, Croatia. Maybe it's Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia. I know it goes through our country as well. It goes through Slovenia and so on and so forth. So there's a bunch of other things, but they aren't built yet. That's a problem.
Salutations, comrades. This is a daily information bulletin. Those of you still receiving illegal broadcasts from beyond the Iron Curtain may have heard about the crime that took place on motherland soil earlier today. The Premier would like it to be known that these Western broadcasts are nothing more than capitalist propaganda, and the seriousness of the crime has been exaggerated. Remain calm, citizens.
I would also like to point out there was 2 seconds left on this counter and it failed. So I'm really pissed about that. Really, really pissed about that. We're gonna try again immediately.
Hello, America still. Welcome to the Continental News with me, Lucia de Gama, broadcasting live from Rio. The region has been rocked today by a report that the evil organization Misterioso has struck in Latin America. Mars has refused to comment on the incident, causing many to doubt whether they are really able to protect our territory.
We're also now infamous enough that more evil geniuses want to join us. Which I don't know which one I should get, really. There's too many to choose from. But the Butcher is a nice one. The Great Masmero is an interesting one, I guess. Montezuma is probably one of the best ones. So I'm gonna get him. We're sending troops in somewhere, but I can't figure out where. Not sending people here, are we? Oh, these are still returning home. I was confused there for a second. Yeah, they get killed so easily as soon as they enter the base. We have so many forces, it's funny. Yeah, this. It takes forever. Gonna try it again. I'll send a few guards along this time as well. There should be more of them popping up, but I'm not sure if I have to do more notoriety missions or what. I want to do this. Soviet sugar rush. It's no secret that the communists are staunchly opposed to anything remotely American in nature, and Western customer products are not allowed into the country under any circumstance. With a bit of evil ingenuity, we can take advantage of Soviet people's unfamiliarity with Americana for our own twisted ends, smuggle a truckload of cola and candy across the border and distribute it to the curious communists. Unused to the sugar, the sucrose-filled mob will rampage hyperactively across the region. Hammer will have its work cut out trying to keep the ensuing chaos under control. This is more or less based either in Zagreb, somewhere near Zagreb, I guess, which is in Croatia. As this is supposedly Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia was never part of Hammer. Well, never part of the Soviet bloc. It belonged more to the, there was an unallied thingy going on. It was, I can't remember who else was in it. It was Yugoslavia, and it was I know Egypt was in it, I think. Are there people in here that shouldn't be in here? Yeah, there are. I'm gonna try googling for the unaligned pact, because Cold War pacts. I don't know how to spell pact. Cold War alliances. That's gonna be it. List of military alliances. Okay. Right. Europe was divided into more or less two areas, which was NATO and the Warsaw Pact. And there was the unaligned pact, which is so weird. Well, the unaligned countries, there was a bunch of them in Europe. Like Austria was not aligned to any side. Then there was Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Yugoslavia was one of the exceptions as well. Sweden, Finland, Ireland were, trying to keep themselves as far away as possible. That's alliances in the Second World War. There was, what was it called? What was it called? Yeah, but there was a thing. It involved Yugoslavia. It was the unaligned countries or something like that. But there was a bunch of countries that weren't aligned to any of the sides and just kind of wanted to be left alone and were on their own, more or less. The non-aligned nations, it's what they were called, which weren't aligned with one or the other side. But Yugoslavia was one of them, and Yugoslavia was more, not more communist, but it was more capitalist than the other unaligned communist countries were. But yeah, one of the unaligned countries. Oh, actually, Egypt was in NATO. But yeah, one of the unaligned countries, I think Iran or Iraq, was also an unaligned area, and a bunch of African countries, more or less all of the American countries allied with someone, the former colonies as well, British colonies mostly. There were a few that were unaligned. There was a thingy with China was its own thing as well. But yeah, it was a complicated era for everyone. But this episode, my rambling has led this episode to be a bit too long, so I'm gonna end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And until, well, next time, which for me will be in about 2 minutes. Bye bye.